Welcome to our Beis Halevi series, lesson number 26. And now the Beis Halevi is going to tell us what to do when a person is going through a challenge in a difficult time. So he says, this is what you're supposed to do. Number one is, follow the Gemara. Im ro'eh adam yusurim ba'im alav. If you see you're having difficulties and afflictions, yifashfesh b'masav. That's step number one. Step number one is you look into your deeds. Step number two, v'yishpoch sicho lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Pour your heart out to God. Pray. He quotes the Gemara Masechet Nida, Ma yaseh adam v'yit asher. What should you do become wealthy? Yitpalel misha oshev nachasim shalo. Pray to the one who's in charge. Number three, v'yichazek libo bebitchono v'tikvato bo yitbarach. Number three is strengthen your reliance on Hashem. Number four, go into the mode of Ein Od Milevado. There's nothing else but God. And now he quotes from the Nefesh HaChaim that says, if a person is in a challenging situation, he should strengthen in his heart this belief that nothing else exists but God. This is not a simple concept. That means you're standing there and a lion is charging at you, and you tell yourself that lion is a figment of my imagination. There is nothing in the world but God. Every molecule is nothing more than an expression of godliness. That lion is nothing more than the will of God. And just like God wills that lion to go at me, God could will that lion to stop. And he's not there. And the lawyer's not there. And the enemy's not there. And this is the tool and the technique that the Brisker Rav, the grandson of the Beis Halevi, used when he was escaping from Nazi Germany. The Germans were all over. They didn't have the proper papers. And he told his children, just keep on reviewing the words Ein Od Milvado. And at one time, their mind was drifting for a moment, and Nazis started coming close to them, and again, they recommitted themselves to these thoughts, and the Nazi went away. The Beit Halevi himself used this concept. There was in those times, Jews did not have businesses, and many of them were smuggling, and if they were caught smuggling off with your head or off to Siberia, and the government made a surprise raid on the town of the Beit Halevi. They surrounded the city, and now they were going from house to house, from warehouse to warehouse, checking for goods. And this man comes to the Beit Halevi in the morning and says, that's it, my life is over. I have a warehouse full of contraband. And the Beit Halevi tells them, let's sit down, and we're going to learn the Nefesh HaChaim and Ein Milvado. So from that morning, the entire day, they're learning the Nefesh HaChaim, that there's nothing else but God's existence. The two fellows that work for customs, they're going from warehouse to warehouse. They get to this man's warehouse at 1 o'clock lunchtime, and they put an X on the ground in front of his warehouse. And like they did in those days, what do you do on your lunch break? You go to a bar, and they both got drunk, and now they come back to the spot, and they get to the X, and the man says, okay, let's check this house. He says, no, X means that's the last one we did. Let's go to the next one. Oh, you're right. And they go to the next one, and that's the one house they skipped over. That's the power of Ein Od Milvado. There's nothing else but God. When someone's in an extreme circumstance and you really believe that, that is powerful. There's some that even explain that's what the Beit Halevi means when he says you get what you want for sure. That's when you use this technique of Ein Od Milvado. Have a wonderful day.